Good morning, and let me thank you for joining us here at West Haven City Hall. We have been trying to meet with the mayor and the chief of police for the last 2 weeks and have been unable to even get a return call in reference to setting up a meeting that we may be able to talk with her and the chief in reference to our concerns and in reference to even having an opportunity to speak to this family. And that has been to no avail. And so today we've come here to say that we want to meet with the mayor, we want to meet with the chief of police, that they may be able to give us some assurance that they will cooperate with the state investigation of Mubarak being murdered here in West Haven. It ceases to amaze me that a murder takes place here in West Haven. The mayor nor the chief of police will not even consider speaking or saying anything in reference to this case nor to the family. At this time, they have stated that the chief will meet with us and this family within 15 minutes, but we also desire to meet with the mayor. The mayor runs this city, and we desire to meet with her and get an idea on where she is and what is her plan for moving this police department even farther. We do know that this department does not have any body cams. And so what the state has to do is to look through their body cams and see what did West Haven do and what did West Haven police officers contributed to the murder of Mubarak. And so this is where we are today. We're delighted to have Carol Brown with us. Carol is in charge of the West Haven Black Coalition. Reverend Reverend Golston with us, and then we have the mother of Mubarak with us today and her family, because they want answers too. And I want to say that we will not stop until the right answers are given to this family, to this community, and even to this state. Carol, I want to turn it over to Carol for a moment.
It is very embarrassing for me and for Reverend Golson to know that our leadership, when they took these jobs, it didn't come with just applause. They took the jobs to do what is right for the city. I called the chief of police on 4 occasions and never got a return call either. I've also called the mayor. Neither of them has called me back. Leadership is responsible for what goes on in the city. This is a courtesy call that they should have honored immediately. So it is very embarrassing for me to know that the leadership of this town fails to acknowledge a situation as serious as this. It's very, very concerning. And we intend to remember this when they come to our doors and ask for our votes, because they'll do that. They'll do that. They are responsible and should be right here when the phone rings. Any excuse that they have given us is unacceptable.
Thank you. We have Mubarak uncle here, and I'd like to have him have words. Even the mother is here also.
No, like the Reverend just said, all we want answers. That's it. We're expecting the mayor to say something, the chief of police of West Haven, to do their due diligence and just tell us something, because the incident happened in West Haven. So that's what we want. We want some answers. That's it.
Okay. All right, Mother, you.
No,
all right. Thank you so very much, and we'll wait until we prepare to meet with the chief and the mayor. Yes. Thank you. We had an opportunity to finally meet with the chief of police in reference to the murder that took place in the city of West Haven. What we did find out is the fact that there were between 4 to 5 police officers of West Haven that was involved in this incident from the chief. And these are the type of things that we desire to know, we desire to try to understand their involvement in this case. And So we are to report that that's what we picked up from him. We talked about their plan of how they're going to move forward in reference to how they use their abilities of de-escalating situations of this nature, what are their policies, and so we will be setting up a meeting through Carol Brown, who lives in West Haven and who has the relationship with the chief, and we will be setting up a meeting within the next several days to begin to talk about their policies, their cultural diversity. You know, how many black and brown people are on this force here? How many was at the scene that night? And so that's where we are at this present time, and as we move forward, we will keep you informed on what is transpiring. Any questions?
I have a question for you. My name is Larry Rice, and I live in West Haven. Unfortunately, and let me.
Yes.
Did the police explain why they didn't de-escalate in this situation, but instead rushed to smash in the window?
They did not explain anything of that nature, why they were there, why didn't they try to de-escalate the situation, why they broke out of the window. They did not explain any of that. And simply because it is an ongoing investigation, and they will be very careful about what they say and how they say it. But in the meantime, our meeting with them will become very fruitful because we will get an opportunity to understand how this department operates. I think the other piece is that it is insulting to the black community that the mayor would not come out and just say, hello, I apologize, you have my sympathy, and we will do whatever we can to make sure that our officers and our chief will be a part of this investigation. So I think it's very insulting that she could not take a minute to come and greet this mother and this family and give her condolences. She's the same mayor that will be going knocking on black people's door within the next year or so, wanting to be re-elected, but will not come out and greet this family. I think is very uncaring.
How dare
very, very, very sensitive, and we know where her mind is. Her mind is not on talking and greeting and supporting her own constituency. Carol Brown is a constituency, a lifelong member of West Haven, and she will not even return her call.
How dare we interrupt the mayor and her busy schedule over a life that was lost? How dare us do that? That life is not worth her coming forth just for a moment, just to greet this mother and everything. And let me just say this, just going back to that young man. We are attempting to have real conversation with strategy. We all are angry at the situation, but we have a strategy, and we have something that we feel that will be able to make things and make it better and prevent it from ever happening again. But there is a group that don't want to talk and don't want to hear anything. And what we are attempting to do today, what Dr. Kimber is doing, is really and what we're doing and the family is doing, is attempting to make it better and sit down, have conversation. Because I'm telling you now, and I say this on public TV, there's a group that don't want to hear anything, and they're sick and tired of being sick and tired.
All right, any other questions?
Yes. I have no doubt you had spoke about this earlier, but what was your takeaway from your meeting with Chief Burnett? What did you folks discuss?
The takeaway was that we learned that there was 4 to 5 of his officers from West Haven that was involved in this murder, and we learned that, number one. Number two, we decided that we would meet again to discuss policies and procedures of this department and to look at the cultural diversity of this department. The number of the black and brown officers that are here in West Haven.
Do you feel like this was a good first step finally for you?
I don't think the first step should have been was that they should have returned our calls, set up a meeting for us to come and sit and talk with them, and they did not do that. It was no respect. It was like, I don't have to meet with y'all. I don't even have to talk with you all. And today, if we did not come here, the chief would not have even met with us. And the mayor is still saying she's on a conference call for an hour and a half. When do a mayor around lunchtime get to be on a conference call for an hour and a half?
When you're scared.
When?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost lunchtime, and all mayors go to lunch around noontime. And so I'm sure that she will go out of the back door and get in her car and go do what she has to do. But this mayor shows no sensitivity,
No respect.
to a black young man who was murdered in her city, and her cops were involved in it. No sensitivity at all. All she had to do was come out the door,
That's it.
say, listen, I'm sorry, I've got a busy schedule today.
That's it.
And to this mother, to
That's
this
it.
father, to this family, I'm sorry, you have my condolences. I will set up a meeting where I will have more time to talk to you.
Did this meeting today provide any answers for this mother?
This meeting provided answers for us that we now know that was 4 to 5 West Haven police officers that was involved. And the chief said that they have already sent their statement to the state attorney, but I'm sure that the state attorney will interview all 4 to 5 of those individuals, and we will be asking for their names and their involvement in this. Yes.
I don't mean to be very but are you alleging some specific act of misconduct by these West Haven officers, or just that they were there at the scene where Mr. Soulemane was shot?
Well, by the video, it seemed to us that a West Haven officer was the one who came with a stick to break the window. Now, I could be mistaken, but it looks like that.
And we won't take the same action that they took. They became the judge and the jury in the moment of the experience. So what we're attempting to do is give them an opportunity to tell their story. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. But unfortunately, this young man did not have that opportunity.
Any other questions? Let me thank you for coming. We'll try to meet with the mayor again before we leave. We'll go see her secretary or go to her door and see if she's off the conference call.